Nothing more comforting than wrapping yourself in a cozy blanket of glass. See,
You want to break through as an entrepreneur. Maybe make millions, maybe get freedom so you can do whatever you want. You don't want to bounce off. Either you already started a business or you're already working on it and you're stuck and you need to know how to break through and not bounce off, or you're thinking about starting a business and you want to know how to do it without bouncing off in the first place. But the thing is, guys, over 99% of businesses fail. Why do you think that is? Why would that happen? It's because the less than 1% of businesses that succeed are doing something that the 99% are not. After a long time, a lot of research, over $500,000 in advertising testing over 13 years. I went to Stanford University. I went there with the founder of Instagram, who I could personally ask questions whenever I wanted, as well as a lot of other founders that we'll talk about, Chubby's, Shorts, Revel Systems. These are people with billions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Those are my college friends. What we found is that they're all doing one thing differently at basically all successful businesses, and that the other businesses are lacking the knowledge. They don't know what that one thing is. That's it. It's a knowledge problem. They're doing the wrong thing because they don't know what the right thing is, because it's not obvious. If it was obvious, it wouldn't be 99 to 1. You probably should have that information to make sure that you can break through. Am I right? I was extremely fortunate because I managed to turn things around for myself using this one concept that separates almost all successful businesses from almost all failures. And I managed to go out, and before my 30th birthday even, I got to do everything that was on my list of things that I really wanted to do before I died. My bucket list, if you will, but I don't really like that term. I got to fly in a fighter jet and break the speed of sound. That was the thing that I wanted to do more than anything else. I got to eat at more than half of the world's 10 best restaurants, 3-star Michelin restaurants all over the world, incredible experiences. I got to buy a motorcycle with somebody that I was dating and ride up and down the coast of Vietnam, just like you see in Top Gear if you've ever seen that show. It was incredible. I've gotten to spend more time with friends and family. I've gotten to go on camping trips with them whenever I wanted. I've gotten to hang out with celebrities like Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 on multiple occasions and even work with him. I've gotten to hang out with Lindsey Vonn, multiple-time Olympian. All of this was possible because of entrepreneurship. But the thing is, it's not about me, it's about you. It's about how you can use those same concept, that same one thing that turned my life around in your business. And I know you can, because it's something that effectively all successful businesses do, but effectively all failing and struggling businesses don't do. And it's really not that difficult to implement. Yes, it takes work, but when you do that work, it's really not that difficult. And the thing is, it will make all of those same things possible for you, because I wasn't even a millionaire when I did those things. Which means that you can do them and you can get those same results, or you can do things very similar to that in your business for yourself. And that's incredible. That's what we're going to share with you today. And we're going to go through and jump into that starting right now. Guys, it drives me crazy that so many people go out and they try to start businesses, and then over and over and over again, they fail due to a lack of knowledge. And it also kind of breaks my heart. Why is that? Well, almost all businesses, basically all businesses that are succeeding, are basically doing the same thing. I know it looks like they're doing a million different things, but they're using different tools to effectively do the same thing. Whether it's cars or cereal, they're all basically doing the same thing. And then people that are trying to start a business, they go out and they do what makes sense, which is to present their product. They show why it's great. They show why they love it. They show why other people love it. They show how they made it. And it doesn't work. 99+% of businesses fail, guys. Why do you think that is? Because everybody's doing the same thing, the thing that makes sense, and because they don't have the knowledge to do what the businesses that are succeeding are doing. And there's really no reason for that. That's a fixable problem. It's something you can have, something you can act on.
And what is that one thing, you ask? Emu farming. They use 1/5 as much land as cattle, they're adorable, they're super friendly, and they fly. What's that? They don't fly? And they don't even fly. Their milk makes you fly. No, don't farm emus. Disregard everything he said.
Can you use this to become a millionaire? Absolutely, yes, without a question. Can you also use it to get your freedom? Even if that's just making $80,000 a year for you and doing it on your own terms with freedom. 100%. That's exactly what I did. I made a lot more than $80,000 a year. But that's exactly how I used it for a lot of years. But you can also use it to become a billionaire. A billionaire. We're going to show you how my personal friend Kevin Systrom used these same concepts to start Instagram. Yes, that Instagram. As well as Starbucks, Facebook, and a lot of others, but also how it relates to the yoga studio down the street or to a coaching business. Because you've got to realize these things are far more accessible than you might have ever thought before. But the catch is, you just have to do it the right way. You just have to do it the right way. You have to have the right knowledge. That's it. So what is this one thing that basically all successful businesses are doing that basically all the failures are not doing? Is it some trick? Is it something complicated? No, it's a concept. It's a way of doing things. Effectively, all the successful businesses, whether they're Facebook or Starbucks or anybody, they're all using the tools at hand, which are different for each business, to create relationships with customers and then do that in a way that they can scale it. So they're not just presenting their products. They're using multiple exposures and a lot of time of exposure to create relationships. Now let me ask you, in your business efforts or what you're thinking about doing, do you have a way to use tools to connect with customers on a different level than all of your competitors? Because if you don't, you're one of the ones who's not doing this one thing, or you were about to be. And that's why we're giving away the first part of the book for free, because you can dive in and learn a lot about this directly. Because don't you hate it when people are like, sign up for my thing and I'll give you this free star chart, and you're like, thanks, dick, I don't need a star chart, that's irrelevant. That's not what this is. The book was long enough, we just cut off the beginning and just give it to you. Why? Because that helps form a relationship. I have a startup company. We're building a platform. We have venture capital investors. We don't need the money from this. We want to create relationships with you. That's why we would give away the first part of the book. And to make sure that you don't go down that same road that the 99+% of failures go down, because it has to be done this way. If you don't do it this way, I hate to say it, but you're screwed. If you don't do it this way, you can go out and study all the businesses in the world. If you're not doing this and you're not in a commodities business, you're screwed. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. And we don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. If you're motivated enough to be here watching this, I don't want that for you. I know some people are going to get offended by this, but guess what? I'm not talking to you. You guys can go and watch another YouTube video. I don't really care. But for the people that do care, this could potentially change your life. And I guarantee it will change your life if you use it properly and if you engage with it and if you just do the work. It's all it takes. Knowledge, creativity, and work.
Do you really want to be an entrepreneur like this? It's all I can afford to eat today. I better save the rest for tomorrow.
You know, the first time... You know, one of the craziest feelings that you could ever get as an entrepreneur, one of the craziest things and one of the most bizarre things that I ever felt was the first time that I made over $20,000 in a month. It's so weird. It feels a lot like one of those movie scenes where one of the characters just made a bunch of money that they'd never made before and they don't even know what to do with it, so they're stuffing it under their mattress. And at the same time, you have so many of these numbers coming in that it's like, you don't even have to worry about these things anymore. It's like for the first time in your life, you're free because you don't have to worry about them. You don't even know how to spend it all. And that's a feeling that I want for you. That's the feeling that I want you to have. And it's not inaccessible. The thing is, you have to go about it the right way. You have to go about it the right way because you have the right knowledge. That's what it's all about. And I want that feeling for you, and I'm very confident that you can get there if you're doing the one thing, if you're properly doing it. Which reminds me,
guys, the thing that you have to understand, you have to get this, is I had far less resources than you have right now, is in a far worse place than you are right now when I turned things around and made this work. All you have to do is read the first 2 pages of the free section of the book right now, and you will see that when you hear the beginning of my story. You can do this. I know a lot of you are probably thinking he had more resources. I did not. I had less. You're probably thinking he's special. He went to Stanford. I did. And yes, I got to pick a lot of people's brains, but you know what that is? That's knowledge, which I'm giving to you. It's the only advantage. That gave me no advantage when I went out and advertised on the internet, when I sold something. The other person on the other end of the camera, they had no idea of what that means. But here's the thing. Imagine you were out and you were traveling in a foreign country and you came across a minefield. Yes, the type with the exploding things, that kind of minefield. And imagine that there's a guy standing there. He's only got one leg. And he goes, for $20, I will give you a map to get across this minefield, no problems, and just go to the other side. And you're like, how'd you lose the leg? And he's like, I lost it figuring out a way across the minefield, and then I made a map so that other people don't have to do that, and the $20 is for my pain and suffering in doing all that. What would you say? You'd be like, bro, take $40. Give me the map, just let me get to the other side and start my life. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. The thing is, we're just giving you the beginning of the book because it's long enough, we can just cut off the beginning and give it to you. Because you know what I hate? I hate those things where they're like, sign up for my free offer and I'm going to give you a free star chart. And you're like, thanks, Dick. I don't need a free star chart. That's not what this is. It's just the beginning of the book because it's long enough. But if we gave the whole thing away, what would that be? That would be a charity. You'd be like, this guy's running a charity. I don't want to learn business from somebody who's running a charity. He doesn't know how to make money. But the thing is, I have a startup, a venture capital backed startup. We're launching a platform. That's how I make money. This is how I get relationships with people. This is how we build relationships. That's why we give away the first part of the book. So, I know what happens when I run across something cool on the internet. I'm always like, wow, I should get that. That's awesome. And then 5 minutes later, I'm watching another YouTube video and I forget about it. But again, would you look at the guy with the map across the minefield and be like, nah, man, I gotta watch another YouTube video and then I'm gonna figure it out myself? I know that's like human nature, but is this really something that you should do that with? Because I guarantee you that over the next 2 years, if you engage with this and you use it, that this will be worth at least $100,000 to you. Let that sink in. $100,000 more than you're making now over the next 2 years if you really engage with it and really use it, let alone years 3 through 5. Then you should be making a lot more than that. Is that something you should be like, nah, bro, I'll figure it out myself? Or should you at least go take the action of downloading the free beginning of the book, reading it, and forming your own opinion? Because worst case scenario, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, this guy's an idiot. Maybe you will learn something. But it was free. Best case scenario, I'm right. This is how all businesses succeed. I do show you how to do that. It changes your life. It changes your career. It helps you break through as an entrepreneur. And it is worth at least $100,000 extra to you over the next 2 years of your life. That's the difference between going and getting the free section of the book and taking that action and seeing for yourself, forming your own opinion, and watching another YouTube video. What do you think you should do? What if I happen to be right?